Want to keep your skin looking healthy and young, or maybe you want to improve the way it looks, get rid of some of those signs of aging? It all starts and ends with your skincare routine. And I should know because I've had a solid skincare routine for about the last 40 years. And I learned about skincare and started applying it in my late teens. And of course, over the years, my skincare routines have certainly changed. And with the channel, I'm always trying out new stuff. But there are some very basic things that I do in the morning and the evening that are standard. And so I've taken the two most recent videos that I've done on this and put them together today in this compilation video. So you can take a look at both of them and what I use and recommend to use for these basic steps in one video. And as usual with these compilation videos, there are chapters applied to the video so you can bounce around and come back and look at the pieces or parts of the video that you found most important to you. That said, let's jump right in and take a look at my morning and evening skincare routines. Hey everybody, with so many skincare products and so many approaches, and God knows we talk about a ton of them here on the channel, sometimes it can get really confusing about what goes on when and what does what. So today I'm going to be giving you a very basic skincare routine for anti-aging. It is my basic routine. You all know I test a ton of products, so this video is not about specific brands per se, but the ingredients that are in what I'm using, because it's the ingredients that do the work, not the name on the label. Now, I actually thought about doing morning and night in the same video, but I'm going to split these up, and this is the morning skincare routine. I will be doing a nighttime skincare routine for you guys, but always, always, always get the hair out of the face, because you want to keep skincare products from building up in your hairline. It can lead to breakouts. And some skincare ingredients like retinoids and acids like glycolic acid, lactic acid, can actually bleach the color out of your hair. So you want to keep that out of the hairline. So this is definitely the basics of my anti-aging skincare routine, which has served me very well. Most of you know I turned 60 back in March, and I know I don't look it. And the reason I don't look it is I take extremely disciplined care of my skin. And many of you have been asking, so I'm happy to share my basic morning routine with you, which may be very surprisingly simple. First, obviously, is the cleansing step. And here's what I'll say about that. If you're using slugging material, something that goes on the skin that caps in moisture, or any kind of oils at night, overnight, then yes, you want to cleanse your skin with a gentle cleanser. And unless I'm actually using something like that at night, I personally don't wash my face in the morning. I steam my skin instead. It is something I learned from a dermatologist way back in the day when I had severe acne, because over cleansing acne skin actually creates more oil and more breakouts. So I take a warm washcloth. This one is already ready to go, and I simply apply it to my skin for a couple of minutes. And what that does is help remove any excess facial oil, which I don't have a lot of. Now, my skincare routine, even though I live here in Florida and it's humid, is all about hydration. I keep my skin super hydrated all the time. So the next step for me, for face, neck, and upper chest, which is all part of my morning routine, is a facial spray. Now, this is Mario Badescu's facial sprays. They've got several of these. I like this one. It's aloe, orange blossom, and sage, which I really like. But again, there's, I think, 4 different ones. And I just lightly dampen my skin with that spray. So now my skin is not wet, but it's very moist. The rule of thumb in skincare routines is you always want to put on water-based serums first before any oils or moisturizers, creams, anything like that. And speeding up cellular turnover, super important, especially as we get older. So I use this exfoliator, which is a 14% glycolic acid serum, an intensive serum from Alpha Skincare. This stuff is very inexpensive. I have been using these products from these guys over the years since I was, I think, 18 or 19, back when their brand name was Alpha Hydrox. That's in the 80s somewhere. But just a small amount of this serum, and I apply this to my face. Now, I don't apply that to my neck because, again, it's a very strong glycolic acid. And you can see my face is turning red because it is changing the pH on my skin. And what glycolic acid does is help dissolve the bond between old dead skin cells and new skin cells underneath on the surface of your skin. So it keeps that cellular turnover going quite quickly. So I give the glycolic acid a minute or two to do its work, and as you can see, my skin is returning to its normal tone. And next is a vitamin C serum. Now there are a ton of vitamin C serums out there, and I have different ones in my routine all the time, because basically vitamin C serums vary by 2 things. One, their active ingredient, which is either L-ascorbic acid or magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, which is a milder form of vitamin C. And the other is the strength of those ingredients in a vitamin C. One of the great vitamin C serums that's inexpensive but yet well formulated is the one by TrueSkin, which is their Super C serum formulation. These serums are water-based. They're very watery, so it's already running all over my hand. When I pat that in, I do apply that to my neck and my upper chest. Vitamin C serum, super important to include in an anti-aging skincare routine because it helps brighten and even out your skin tone, manages melanin production, and protects your skin from the damaging effects of environmental stressors and oxidation from free radicals. So really important to have that in your skincare routine. I use the excess and put it on my hands because this stuff is gold. Vitamin C serum is gold in a skincare routine. After vitamin C serum, then you want to apply products that treat specific issues like age spots, hyperpigmentation. Those include acids like azelaic acid, kojic acid, tranexamic acid. I've talked about all of those here on the channel. And while I'm thinking about it, I will be putting links down below in the video description box with all of these products that I'm using. So you don't need to be writing them down. You can check this out when we're done here today. So the next step for me then would be to apply products that do that, right? So I have the Dark Spot formula, which contains all of those acids I just mentioned that comes from Agency Skincare. Now this is a prescription level. I'm using prescription level skincare acids. But again, you can buy products over the counter like Faded Topical that have the same ingredients, just not as strong as this formulation. So it doesn't take very much of that, just a little bit. And I pat that in where I want it. Sides of my neck, my upper chest. Yeah, that little dab does the whole thing, right? Then next up in my morning routine for me is to apply a Gyrline. You guys talked about this before, Botox in the bottle. It's not Botox. This is actually a peptide, a protein that when you apply it to your skin, it minimizes muscle movement wherever you apply it. Again, not like Botox. It's not going to freeze your skin and your muscles aren't going to move, but it has been shown to help improve fine lines, wrinkles, and crow's feet because it minimizes those muscle movements enough when you smile that over time it can really help make your skin look much younger. So I'm going to apply that now. Again, just a little bit. These are all watery based type of serums and creams. There are no oils in these. So I pat that in right around my eyes, between my nose, my forehead. And I feel that working already. So I'm going to give that a second to absorb. And then next is my eye cream. And again, I'm all about peptides. I really believe in them. Anything that's peptide driven, that's a protein that your skin knows how to use. This is the one I use. This is OneSkin's OS1 Peptide Eye Treatment. And I just dab a little of that around my eyes. You guys know there are tons of eye creams on the market. So you don't need to run out and necessarily buy these really expensive ones. I just like peptides. I believe in them. So I pay the money for this particular brand. But any eye area treatment that's going to help keep cellular turnover moving, keep that area plumped and hydrated. Because again, a lot of this is about those two things, cellular turnover and skin hydration. And after that, I concentrate next on my upper chest and my neck because again, keeping that hydrated, super important. Right now I'm using a neck cream by System of 41. It's a newer product on the market. It's been clinically tested to be able to give a 175% increase in collagen production, which doesn't surprise me because everything is in this but the kitchen sink. They have red algae, they have olive extract, ceramides, rosehip oil, 4 different super peptide ingredients in this particular product. It is really amazing and it doesn't take very much. And I apply this both morning and night to my upper chest and my neck. Again, not going to go into super detail about the ingredients in this product because I'm going to be doing a full review on it. And believe me, it deserves it. If you're not subscribed or you don't have notifications on the videos, you should do that because you won't want to miss me talking about all of the ingredients that are in that particular product. So obviously the next question, the next step, moisturizer. Now I live in Florida, so you don't need a heavy cream or moisturizer here. What I do is I use this one by Dermatology. You guys know I love this stuff. This is their moisturizer. It's slightly tinted. It's also mineral sunscreen of SPF 46. I pretty much take a bath in this stuff. And the really amazing thing is that the tint, and I'm going to show you, you can see that slight tint. It's just enough to blend into your skin to keep you from having a mineral sunscreen cast. This is a hybrid sunscreen. So I just start to apply that and you know it's going everywhere. I won't bore you guys with applying this all over my skin in this video. Nobody wants to see that anyway. But it is so important that you wear your sunscreen if you're going to do all of this work to have your skin look good. And I can tell you, sunscreen been my best friend since I was about 17 years old. And you guys can see I'm 60. My skin doesn't look anything close to 60. I don't have any sagginess. I don't have any crinkling. I don't have any of that. And the good news is, even if you do have some of those issues, the minute you begin to protect your skin from the negative effects of sunlight, accumulated sun damage, it will actually help your skin reverse some of that damage. But your skin can't reverse damage if it's constantly fighting new damage coming from UVA, UVB light. All right, off my soapbox about that. You guys know sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. Have I told you? You need to wear sunscreen. And for me, guys, since I have facial hair, a beard brush to make sure I don't have any of this gunked up in my facial hair. Okay guys, that is my morning skincare routine. Links to all of these products and the steps below outlined in the video description for you. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like it, share it out. Let me know in the comments. And this is a great video if you have specific questions about skincare routines, to put those questions in the comments so I see them and I can answer them directly. Don't forget, nighttime skincare routine coming. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the much promised nighttime skincare routine that I use to help my skin defy aging. Now, I brought up the fact that I'm 60 years old in the daytime routine video. So if you missed that video, it's this one right here. And I will link to it down below in the video description box. But it's amazing to me how much dissension, conjecture, and back and forth goes on about my age. It really is just kind of funny. If you read some of the comments under that video, you're going to find them quite humorous. But the bottom line is, I've been doing skincare for 36, now 37 years. I'm trained in skincare. I'm trained in nutrition. And the fact that I started early has benefited me. But these videos, in fact, my whole channel is dedicated to sharing with you guys what ingredients do, what can work for you, because not everything works for everybody, what products I happen to be using that I like at a given time, because I test a ton of products, so that you have the knowledge you need to make good decisions, to have the best skin you ever had in your whole life, no matter what age you are. So everybody just needs to get over it. Nowhere to go but forward and older. So enough of that. Let's just jump right into my nighttime routine. Now, obviously, at night, I cleanse my skin. That's the first step. You start with clean skin, which I've already done. We don't need a boring shot of me washing my face and neck, mainly because I do that in the shower at night. So that's really not appropriate for YouTube. But the bottom line is very clean skin, and you need to use an appropriate type of cleanser for your skin type. If you have oily, you need one that's a bit foamy, that helps lift out excess oil without stripping your skin dry, dirt, and bacteria, so that you have nice, clean, refreshed, moist, hydrated, bouncy skin. If it's squeaky clean, super dry, and tight, that face wash is too strong and you need to back it up a little and use a much more gentle version. Now, tons of face washes on the market. The one that cleanses your skin and leaves it hydrated is the best. Those that are made with sorbitol, glycerin, those that are oil-free and moisture-driven are the best ones. And I'll put a couple of suggestions for face washes for oily, acne-prone skin, and also for dry to normal skins. You guys can look at those when we're done here today. The other thing that's super important in any skincare routine, anti-aging or not, is good exfoliation. In the AM routine, I talked about using a product, glycolic acid, that helps speed up cellular turnover and loosens that dead, dry skin cell layer so that it can flake away naturally. But I also do a deeper exfoliation step twice a week, and I really like this particular product. It's Skin's non-negotiable Dermapeel. It's a thermoenzymatic micro dermabrasion treatment. So it's like a scrub, but it doesn't have hard particles in it that are going to rip and tear at your skin. And I use this product on my face, my neck, my hands, and the top of my arms, just to keep that old dead skin off, so that the other products I'm using can actually penetrate better. So my very first step in my skincare routine after those two is to rehydrate my skin, and I use a facial spray, Mario Badescu. I talk about this stuff all the time. There are many of these facial mists on the market. As long as they're oil and alcohol free, I think they're excellent choices. This one, Orange Blossom, Sage, and Aloe. And you just simply spritz your skin to apply a little extra moisture. Doesn't take much. You just pat that in. And before that mist dries, you want to begin to apply your skincare products. That little extra pump of moisture helps your skincare products absorb better, penetrate your skin, giving you better results. The first thing I like to apply is some sort of peptide product. Now, there are a lot of peptide products, and I use a mix of them. I have several in my skincare routine, just sort of depends on my mood. But definitely a layer of peptides, which are amino acids that your skin can use to help create healthier skin cells. So tonight I'm using Synoxin 2. This particular product is a heavy peptide formulation, and I just pat that around my eyes, on my face, and my neck. Just a little bitty bit of that gives a lot of good coverage. The upper chest, even my ears. And then my next step is going to be no surprise to many of you who've been following me for a long time. I'm a big believer in retinoids, whether it be retinol, over-the-counter retinol products, all the way up to prescription strength tretinoin, which is what I use. This particular prescription tretinoin comes from a company called Agency Skincare. They're an online skincare company that use dermatologists to determine what the specific needs of your skin are. As I'm getting older, obviously I want to make sure that the retinoids I use are stronger because I need them. And one of the key things about making any retinoid product or tretinoin work well is not applying too much of it. There's a tendency in all of us to apply a lot of these products that have actives because we think more is better, more will get us there faster, it'll work. Not always the case, especially with retinoids because they can be irritating. That's the amount of tretinoin that I'm going to be applying to my entire face. We want a very, very super thin layer of this product. Being careful not to get it on the eyelids because let me tell you, if you get tretinoin on your eyelids, it can be really, really drying and irritating. Then I take my beard brush and I make sure that I don't have any of that kind of piled up in my facial hair. All right, good there. And then of course I turn my attention to my upper chest and neck. And as I said in the AM routine video, I've been testing out this product, System 41. It's a neck cream that is everything but the kitchen sink. Everything from ingredients that will help speed up cellular turnover, will help brighten and even your complexion. It's got red algae, olive extract, and rosehip oil. In fact, this product in clinical testing has shown a 175% increase in collagen production in the layers of skin when used on a regular basis. So I use this morning and night. I will be doing a full review video on this product alone because one, it deserves it and it works very well. As you can see, I'm almost out. And I just apply some to each side of my neck and my upper chest and massage that in. Using that upward motion we talk about here on the channel all the time, not wanting to tug on neck skin, making sure that that's nice and absorbed. And the next up step in this nighttime routine is one that a lot of you will appreciate because I get questions about it all the time and I get compliments when I'm out in public all the time on my eyebrows and my eyelashes for my age. And the treatment that I use is super, super simple, super, super inexpensive. It simply is castor oil designed to be used around the eye area. With an eyelash and eyebrow brush, you can use an old mascara brush for the same purpose. I take just a few drops of this, put this in my palm. It doesn't take much. I swirl it around to make sure the brush is nice and evenly coated. And then I just brush lightly into my brows. And very carefully and very lightly onto my eyelashes. Just to give them a nice coat, again, being very careful not to get the oil into your eye. This castor oil trick for longer, thicker lashes and brows has been around forever. It's something I learned about back in the holistic skincare days in the beginning in my 20s. Something I've been doing for many, many years. And of course, I reap the benefits of that. Castor oil, extremely good for several different skin conditions. I have a whole video on that. So if you haven't watched that, just search the channel for Chris Gibson castor oil and you should be able to find that video. As I said before, I'll add chapters for these steps so you can go back and find them without having to watch the whole video. And I will put links down below in the video description box. But let's talk about the last step that I always do, which has been extremely helpful to me, over the years as I've been using retinoids on my skin. Because again, retinoids can tend to be a little bit irritating and drying, and we want to sock in moisture in the skin. The more moisture we hold in the skin overnight, the better these products are going to work. So I talk often about slugging. No, not slugging with Vaseline, although you can use Vaseline. For myself, what I really prefer and what I recommend is a product designed to trap that moisture that's not just petroleum based. A ton of these products I've talked about and reviewed on the channel before. During these summer months, when it's hot and humid, I prefer a much lighter version of slugging, finishing my routine off with One Kind's Dream Cream Nighttime Moisturizer. Loaded with skin hydrating ingredients like squalane, I just pat that into my skin. With these type of nighttime moisturizing products, these capping products, you can be as generous as you want to be with them. It's not going to hurt anything, and it's going to help your skin look amazingly hydrated, dewy, plump, and youthful when you get up the very next morning. Now, I hope you guys found this video on my current nighttime skincare routine helpful. If you did, please like it, share it out. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know any questions you may have about products you're using at night. I'll be happy to try to answer them. And if you have not seen my AM skincare routine video, be sure to check it out here. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel. I really do appreciate you. Even those of you who leave those kind of wonky comments, I appreciate everybody. Stay beautiful, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you over on that next video.